Welcome guys, this is my 10th Lost Caverns of Ixalan quick draft. Sign up sending soon. This will just be my last one. I only have time to fit one in, unfortunately. But I might wait and do some more next time this comes back, if it's, well, hopefully it's soon. Okay, this is a card I've seen before. Sentinel of the Nameless City. So we're almost certainly playing green again, because this is a very good 3-drop, in my opinion. So whenever it enters the battlefield or attacks, you may make a map token. It's a 3/4 with Vigilance. And it's a Merfolk Warrior Scout. Right. We have almost no green cards. Well, we have a Malamet Brawler here, which is a slightly uninspiring 2-drop, but it can bestow trample. It's basically a grizzly bear. We could get that and just stick with mono green. I noticed there is the best common in white. Probably the best common, which is Zoetic Cloud Guard. You see a lot of these. So 3/2 flyer for 4, and it makes a 1/1 gnome artifact. That might be the best card in the pack. Well, I better look at these uncommon. Staunch Crewmate, it's for a pirate and artifact deck. This guy's not a pirate, so I don't care about the crewmate really. Canonized in Blood is an interesting card, but with a lot, it gives you a powerful trigger if you can descend. It's kind of a build around card. You can't just chuck it in any deck. Scampering Surveyor. Oh, I like this. I'm pretty sure I like this. So 4 mana and it ramps out a land from your deck directly into play. That's good. I do like that. That keeps us, and that's colourless, so that keeps us mono green potentially. But yeah, Glorifier of Suffering. I do see people play this a lot. It does, because it puts quite a few stats into play. You might play it alongside an Zoetic Cloud Guard. The guard is pretty good. Is there anything else exciting? Well, Deadweight. That's decent removal. That can take out a 2 toughness creature. Tiding Blade, you see this an awful lot as well. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. So I feel like maybe I ought to take that Cloud Guard and go green-white this early. But I'm going to take the Surveyor. I've never had the Surveyor before. It sort of keeps a few more options open. Okay, and then we get quite a black pack with 3 black uncommons. Abyssal Gorestalker. It sounds like it's good, but each player sacrifices 2 creatures when it comes into play, which is a bit inconvenient. You need a lot of token creature generation to be on the best side of that. And it's a 6. I suppose it's a 6 mana removal spell that makes your opponent sacrifice 2, which is okay. But I'm not thrilled by that, honestly. Bit of Triumph is just a good removal spell. So it's discard a card or pay 3 life to kill something. So it's like card disadvantage or lose 3 life. That's obviously really, really good. That's an excellent removal spell. Visage of Dread. Your opponent loses basically an artifact or creature. You get to choose. Sometimes it'll whiff, but yeah, it's a fine card. It turns into a creature later as well. The green option here, I've got the options of the Axe Jaw. It's another 4-drop, so it's Dinosaur that goes exploring, of course. Nurturing Bristleback is good. It's for the forest cycling option for green. So I could go Bristleback and stay green. Just ignore the Bitter Triumph. It feels like quite a ballsy move to do that. I think I feel like Bitter Triumph is really good. And I should just pick it. Yeah. I think that's good enough to just pick. We'll commit to green and black off the strength of that. Now we get a good green-blue Merfolk. Goes nicely with the Sentinel. This one gives you a trigger, I believe, when you explore. Yeah, you can ramp a card into a land into play. Whenever you explore a non-land card, this gets bigger as well. Yeah, Nicanzil. It's pretty good. You have a white removal card. If we still want to go black, there is Dead Weight. Another Dead Weight there. Echo of Dusk it's good if you're doing a self-mill strategy. We've got Chasm Stone Tree, which is a ramp card, and we've got the Spider, which is a bit of self-mill. Maybe I ought to take Dead Weight here. My gut feeling is that's probably pretty good. But I have a soft spot for Nicanzil, and it's just really good with the Sentinel. It's funny how often I've gone green-blue as well. Yeah, I want to go Nicanzil here. Okay, that can mill cards, and then it becomes basically an unblockable vehicle. That might be quite good. But it's, a bit of a... It's a bit of a tricky thing to arrange. Okay, we get the 5 mana black removal spell. Okay, creature with sort of sacrifice effects. So I'm not sure about if I want to play blue here. That actually crafts with an island, so that should be quite easy if you're playing blue. Yeah, we've got the Grizzly Bear again, and what with the Ancestors. Not that easy. I'm tempted just to get a 2-drop creature, very basic 2-drop creature, just just as filler. 5 mana removal is kind of filler as well. But it's usually harder to fill up your 2-drop slot. So I'm going to get this. Yeah, I'll take the Brawler as a bit of filler. Because we're definitely playing green. I think we can safely say that. Okay, Sinuous Benthosaur, it's blue. We need caves for this to work. Basically, if you have a couple of caves, you can draw 2 cards, which is when that gets good. This draws a card. Didact Echo. 3/2 flyer. Okay, and there's the freebooter there. There's Buried Treasure, which is alright as well. I've not played with a Sinuous Benthosaur before. I think it's gonna be, it might be interesting. So I'm gonna give that a shot. Okay, the Fungal Fortitude is the black option. Disturb Slumber, Staggering Size, Runaway Boulder. Very combat tricky here. All 2-drop combat tricks. Because I've got maybe a couple of crucial merfolk I want to keep alive, I think maybe Fungal Fortitude starts to look good. So, also enter the battlefield on Sinuous Benthasor could be triggered again. Yeah, okay, maybe Fungal Fortitude would make it here. And we maybe we're going 3 colours. We need some fixing lands like Captivating Cave. I'm not sure about Cavernous Moor, to be honest. Song of Stupefaction, somebody used that against me and it just basically took 7 power off the battlefield. Just nullified one of my big creatures, turned it into a wall, and that was... So that is not a bad removal spell. You may mill 2 cards, you don't have to. But I think we definitely need some fixing. I'm probably going to take that cave. There's the Deep Goblin Skull Taker, that's good as well. And in the presence of ages, I've seen people play this. I've realised it's card advantage. You are getting 2 cards out of the top 4 if you can get a creature in a land, and it's self-mill as well. It's probably better than it looks, basically. But it's a great chance to take a good cave, so we have to take that cave. Gargantuan Leech. I've not played this either, but it does synergize with caves, if that's where we're going. Whaling Pirates are just generally pretty good if you're playing artifacts. Well, we've got a couple of things that make artifacts. We haven't quite nailed down what we're doing yet. So I could go for another Cave Synergy card or an Artifact Synergy card when we don't have any other Artifact Synergy cards. Okay, let's give the Gargantuan Leech a go. I think it's probably terrible, but I want to try some in my last sort of draft for a while. I want to try some different things. Okay, Canonized in Blood is interesting. And it turns into a flyer for 7 mana. And it can pump stuff up if you descend. So you need to commit to the descend strategy, the self-mill. Or sacrifice. So Frilled Cave Worm would be is also another payoff for the strategy. But I'm going to take Canonized in Blood. We'll see if we can make that work. Oh well, we see the Abyssal Gorestalker again. That is interesting. Waylaying Pirates is a fine card, but we're just not really going hard for artifacts. So we maybe just have to ignore that. Yeah, the Nora is quite good, but I'm drawn to the Gorestalker now. I think we've got to try and make this work. Oh, okay, Marauding Brinefang, that's good. Puzzle-Door is good if we're going artifacts. We decided not to go artifacts, I think. And Stone Tree there as well. Wow, that's which is Cave Synergy. But I think the Brinefang has it here. I think that's The island cycling is very useful. If I'm not inspired by Vito's Inquisitor, honestly, I think I go Waterlogged Hulk here because that's the self-mill thing. This guy, Frilled Caveworm itself will pay off. So yeah, there's a hint of self-mill, and we have a blue-black rare. That's lucky. With Descend 8. If we get 8 or more... Okay, right. No, I see. It's a sorcery. And we choose one of these things. And if there are 8 or more permanent cards in your graveyard, choose one or more. So choose all 3. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. So you can bounce something. Target opponent discards a card. Okay. And then look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand and the rest in your graveyard. Okay. And it's sorcery speed. We're probably just going to bounce a creature with this. Some kind of big nasty creature that doesn't have haste most of the time. Or we're going to look at the top 3 to try and find a land. And then late game it's pretty good. Unless we mill ourselves to death with it. Yeah, well, I've forgotten. That sounds pretty good. We get another Nicanzil here. There was one in the first pack as well. We could get a Zoetic Scout, but we're actually not. We don't have a lot of green. I don't know if we want to go for green 1-drops in this deck. There's also Deep Goblin Skulltaker, Tithing Blade, Mineshaft Spider. There's a lot of good things here. I think I want another Nicanzil though, because that just makes sense to me. Something that can grow out of control when you explore has got to be good. Kutzul Malamet Exemplar. Okay. And that can let you draw a bunch of cards. Shame it's white. I don't think I can go for a 4th colour at the moment. Right, Puzzle-Door, we've got Deathcat Marionette. That is absolutely solid. That's a fantastic 2-drop, I think. Yeah, Deathcat Marionette for this deck, I would say. We've actually destroyed the 2-drop slot. We've got 8. We desperately need 3 drops. We probably need at least 5 of the 3 drops. And our late game is sorted. We've got some big boys. Lawkeeper is only for casting dinosaurs. We've got one of them's a couple of them are dinosaurs. Okay. No, we don't. We're not a dinosaur deck, so I don't think we take it. Right, yeah, this is a flying golem thing. 2/5 for 5. Volatile Fault is a cave. It's not. I keep saying it's not a good card, but I'm starting to play it because it's a cave. I seem to need caves. I could now go for the green forest cycling card. Green is a little bit low on green cards. I don't think anything's amazing. I mean, I like the Axe Jaw because it explores. But I think we need at least 1 Bristleback. Okie doke. Merfolk Cave-Diver. This thing gets to be unblockable when things explore. So don't... we shouldn't be completely distracted by Ukenback, the Great Mistake. This is a really good 3-drop, and we need 3 drops. And we're doing exploring as well. Ukenback. Let's have a good think about about this. So 5 drops, 6/4 Vigilance Menace. I mean, that's pretty good for 5. And then with Descend 8, he comes back for 6 mana with 8 permanents in the graveyard. Pretty cool card. But I think we need the Cave-Diver more. It's a really good 3-drop that works very well with the deck. Brood Rage Mycoid is good. Captivating Cave is good, but we're going to take the Cave-Diver. And we might, at some point, cut a colour here. We might even cut black, actually. Curl into History is a pretty spectacular counterspell. I think I played in my first deck, and it did absolutely nothing. But in theory, it could be incredible. Defossilize. Now, this is interesting. This might go better in the deck because it's doing exploring, and we've got lots of things we can land cycle and bring back. So that actually really goes well in the deck. Sunburn Standard's really good as well because we need mana fixing desperately. Same for Cartographer's Companion. I think we go for the Defossilize here. I think the Hurl into History is a bit of a pipe dream. You sort of, hopefully you can afford to have 5 mana untapped to try and counterspell something. And usually you're under, the games you're losing, you're under too much pressure. You can't even afford to keep 5 mana untapped. So I think Defossilize is cool. Greedy Freebooter is an option there. Caslam Stone Tree is an optional. Compass Gnome is a pretty simple 2 mana fixing thing, which might be better if we've got 3 colours. It might be better picking up the Compass Gnome than a Stone Tree, because you want colourless mana fixing. You don't want mana fixing in a splash colour, right? So I think I'm taking the gnome. So that's a blue removal spell for 4 mana. Unlucky drop. Another 2-drop Cat Warrior, but I think we'll take another Bristleback. That's going to be like another forest in the deck. And we can take a 3rd Nicanzil. I already had a draft deck where I had 3 Nicanzils. But maybe we'll do better this time. I don't know. The Cavern Stomper is pretty awesome. But maybe we already have a fair number of big creatures, and we'd rather have a Nicanzil. Let's see. Out of Air, Tithing Blade, or a Mineshaft Spider. Yeah, so I am thinking, can we just cut black? I don't really want to have to pick up Tithing Blades, to be honest. I'm going to flirt with cutting black completely. And we'll just figure out how many cards we need. Okay. Drop. I don't think Waterlogged Hulk is going to be... Oh yeah, Whale of the Forgotten needs to go as well. I don't think Waterlogged Hulk is going to be good. I mean, it's not looking great. Frilled Caveworm is a bit of a filler card because we're not going to be going for Descend all that much. Explore, of course, does trigger Descent. That is one thing. So we've got basically 13 cards. We're going to need 10 more cards to make a decent green-blue deck. But I think I'd just rather go for the Mineshaft Spider here, and because we've got 3 Nicanzils, it's kind of ridiculous. We want to go for the explore thing. Puzzle-Door is just a good cheap fixing thing. I think that's good. Right, Volatile Fall is just a good cave, so we'll grab that. Haven't used Malamet Scythe that much. We need 3 drops more than 2 drops. It kind of does the same thing as Staggering Size, but it's also a permanent, so I'm going to take that. Echo of Dusk is for the black part of the deck. Hey, we get a green 5-drop as the final pick, and that's absolutely fine. That's even our first 5-drop. I do love to rare draft. I'm going to take whatever this is, hit the Motherlode, discover 10, and you get a bunch of treasure tokens. Yeah, that's fun. Doesn't strike me as being super playable. I mean, there's probably very clever ways of using this card, but right. We don't want this Lawkeeper. Another Scampering Surveyor. That's exciting to me. And that potentially could help the 3-color version of the deck. Sage of Days is pretty good. Another green Forest Cycler, another Compass Gnome, and another Captivating Cave. I'm hoping the cave will wheel around. I'm going to take a second Scampering Surveyor. I think we're going to drop the Frilled Caveworm. No, let's keep it for now. At the moment, we need 5 more cards for this green-blue deck to be playable. 2 2-drops, 3 3-drops. I think we're looking for. Okay, Zoetic Glyph. This is this thing I've very rarely comes up in my drafts, but my opponents have their sort of full discover deck with a Tally's Favour and Zoetic Glyph. I don't think it works if you're not really playing enough artifacts. We could give it a shot. There's no other good options here. Capybara is a sort of filler 2-drop. Oaken Siren is really for the artifacts deck. Our expensive stuff are not artifacts, they're dinosaurs. But it can help me cast a Scampering Surveyor, I suppose, and it's a flyer. Can I justify Zoetic Glyph? I've not played with it yet. Let's see. I've got 5 artifacts. Sentinel actually makes an artifact as well, so that's basically 6 artifacts. All right, let's go Zoetic Glyph here. I've got some misgivings, but we can give it a try. Oaken Siren, Shipwreck Sentry, Malamet Brawler, Cartographer's Companion. Well, the Companion makes a map token, so that's That's more artifacts, isn't it? But Zoetic Glyph on the Siren is a 5/4 flyer with vigilance, so that's a pretty good combination. Okay, let's take an Oaken Siren. And that's our 2-drop sorted. No, it isn't. Well, we can get away with that number. Pirate Hat. Don't know if I like that very much. Just can draw and discard. Maybe it's fine. There's also Over the Edge where you can explore and explore again, which is great with Nicanzil. So that's probably what we want. So we now need 2 more cards. Okay, and all of a sudden we get Herald Scout and Waterwind Scout. Not bad, I think. Yeah, we want the 3-drop. We want Waterwind Scout. And another nice one. We've got River Herald Guide, so that's just more explore. Yes. There's also Over the Edge, but I think creatures is going to be better. So that is a deck. We've got to improve on the deck. Is there anything kind of... Yeah, I want to drop the Frilled Caveworm a bit. So that leaves room for maybe a 4-drop. I'd like to get some more caves to go with the Benthesaur. I might want to drop the Benthesaur if I don't get enough caves. So Sage of Days is a good 3-drop. We've got another Puzzle-Door, which might be good. Especially if we're playing Zoetic Glyph, we do want a few more artifacts than strictly necessary, I think. Am I okay with my 3-drops? Well, we could replace the Glyph. So it's, yeah, Sage of Days could just come in for the Glyph. I think 2 Puzzle-Doors seems good. I like the idea of that. I want to try new things, so I think I should try the Glyph. Draw 3, discard. Blue removal spell. We're completely lacking, almost completely lacking removal. I just realised we've got Over the Edge that's disenchant. Yeah. Yeah, that's because we dropped black, so that was our removal. In black, we've got Bitter Triumph and Abyssal Gorestalker, so it's not as if there's loads in black. I'm tempted to try In the Presence of Ages, but Unlucky Drop might be a good one, just because we've got no other removal. Oh, the Inverted Iceberg. Yes. This thing is incredible. I think we want that. I think we can cut Malamet Brawler for that. Okay, I'm just going to sideboard that thing. Shipwreck Sentry might be playable. I will sideboard it. Okay, Pirate Hat might be playable. Okay, Relics Raw. But yeah, we had a sort of a deviation into black magic, but we've come back to blue-green. Maybe of a few slightly different cards from the last time. We're on 41, so okay, we only ended up with 2 caves, and our cave card is Sinuous Benthasor. So I think, unfortunately, this gets cut. I think that means we can just cut Volatile Fault. I have to try and remember, do we have anything else that relies on cave synergy? I don't think so. Right, are we right to cut black from the deck? And what happens if we put the good black cards in? Do we cut the... We might cut the artifact cards, I suppose. Explore goes really well with Descend. So we can do, we could do a Explore plus Descend strategy. At the moment it's Explore plus Artifacts. We don't have a huge amount in here to fuel the Descend strategy, I think. Okay, Well of the Forgotten does a... you can drop a couple of things into the graveyard. Deathcat Marionette, mills 2. It's not a huge amount, honestly. Yeah, I think that's a pretty decent first pass. We've ended up with 8 artifacts. I've got a decision. Do I want to try and run Shipwreck Sentry? There's actually a couple more artifacts I could put in, but they're non-creature. Our creature count is 15. You don't really want to cut a creature for one of these artifacts. Anyway, yeah, I think that's a good first pass, so I'll call that end of part 1 and have a bit of a think. Okay, I'm back. We have found a way. I've picked the best black card for the deck, which is Defossilize, and I'll just put 1 swamp in and we'll splash for it because we've got 2 Scampering Surveyors, we've got a bit of Explore, we've got a Compass Gnome, so we should get the black mana for this fairly easily, I think. I have it's actually a straight swap for Walk with Ancestors. It's just a better 5 mana spell. And I considered actually bringing in the removal spell, Bitter Triumph, but I think it's just it's not worth splashing for, because you know, it's card disadvantage. You're losing 3 life. I don't know, and it's just you. Sometimes I might not have the mana for it, so I'm not sure about Bitter Triumph. Maybe I might be completely dead wrong about that, but I've got Unlucky Drop as my removal spell, my single removal spell, and I'll stick with that. That's good enough, I think. The other thing, I did end up dropping the. Sadly, I have dropped the Malamet Scythe. I seem to always drop this card from the deck. I thought I'd actually rather have one more creature, and I've added the Shipwreck Sentry. So now it's sort of it's a bit more lopsided early game. So it's usually 7 2-drops and 6 3-drops. So it gives us just slightly more often we'll get a creature on turn 2. Because we've got I think it makes sense to me because we've got a later game plan anyway. So we want a better start early on. And it's an extra creature in the deck. It's 16 instead of 15, which makes a kind of sense as well. And I'm just going to go for it. Basic game plan, of course, we can land cycle a dinosaur, make our land drops, and defossilize a dinosaur on turn 5. Well, we actually have all colours of mana. We've got 4 land. We have a Brinefang as well. The iceberg will draw a card. Maybe we can draw into some action. Maybe my opponent plays an artifact threat. No. He's going for the early flyers. Oh dear. Well, we might be too slow. And this is going to get bigger, isn't it? Now, Compass Gnome, we've got 5 land. I don't think we need any more land. I mean, well, Brinefang might disagree, but I say no more land and get a creature out. Oh, I just saw this in the draft. So this thing, I can't cast spells during my opponent's turn. That's probably going to catch me out. I don't think I have that many instants, though. So, if you pump something up, it's going to draw cards. So that's a disaster waiting to happen. Let's see, we're going to play a Swamp today. It's not something I can kill with Over the Edge. But I could explore with this. Or I could try and draw a card with the iceberg. So okay, we milled one Scampering Surveyor and got the other one. That's interesting. Yeah, that's right. Okay, Hunter's Blowgun. So you can pump that up and that will draw cards when it attacks. Okay. Fair enough. We have Over the Edge. We can blow up the blowgun. Doesn't feel great, but it's something. play Shipwreck Sentry. And I'll attack with a Compass Gnome. He could trade and explore. Potentially that could get the Exemplar to 4/4. So here's our removal. And draws a card off that because it got pumped up. And we're going to just try and block this thing with everything, I suppose. Puzzle-Door out. No attacks. See how much removal he's got. Another removal card. So doesn't pump anything up. We'll go for the straight trade. He might, if he has Malamet Scythe specifically, that will get +2 toughness. If he has the +3/+3, then he just wins whatever. I will. I'm going to guess there's a chance he has Malamet Scythe specifically, and play around that. He can trade obviously just for both of them. I can actually make a blocker for his flyer. I could make one of the large creatures if I want. So I think I'll maybe test the theory that he has some kind of removal spell. I think I'm going to mill 2 cards. Feel lucky. Oh, well, we got rid of our only removal spell in the deck and our rare. So I wasn't that lucky, honestly. He has another Kutzil, okay. And an Alltech Cloud Guard. Just an absolute avalanche of creatures. Okay. 3/1/1s, so I can only block one thing next turn, and 7 damage goes through. But I'll have another creature by that point. Is he going to push through some damage? Yeah. Okay, I'll block it. Something gets to explore. Yeah, that thing gets to explore, fair enough. It's got the old tech archaeologists. I can Puzzle-Door here. Merfolk Cave-Diver is another creature. And on to my turn. So we can't quite play out 2 creatures. Because we've got 8 mana. We'd need 9 mana to do that. So I think that means we should play the Brinefang. Is there anything special about this defensively? No. I'll play the Brinefang. So to recap this game, he basically he's a Kutzil deck, and he drew 2 cards off this Kutzil basically. Had no answer to it, and that has led to this board situation. So I had a feeling I might be reminded of the importance of removal cards this game. Yeah, he had a Huali's final strike, I suppose. No, he didn't attack. What's going on? Okay. Well, guess what? I can do that, and I can do that, so I can have two creatures, I believe. Nicanzil and this guy. Use up a Puzzle-Door. I can't really attack. Can I attack? I don't think it's too advisable. Yeah, he blocks with 2 4/4s, and he just loses one of them. He loses the Archaeologist, and then loses 6/7. It's not good. Oh, he's got twists and turns, and he can explore that. So that can now trade with the Spider. So I think that's going to be the game plan here. That's going to get too big for the Spider to deal with it. Oh right, and now he gets card advantage off this. This is a very good late game card. And you can just pump out a creature every turn. Oh, and that's going to pump up his Cloud Guard. God knows what else. Attacking with a 4/3? What am I missing here? I think I could just trade. Okay. Merfolk Cave-Diver. Right. Awkward thing is that this is unblockable when something explores. So I wanted to save this till next turn to make this unblockable. But I kind of don't want to die as well. I think, honestly, yeah, well, he's lost his flyer, he's got no cards in hand, we'll do no attacks and end the turn. But he is going to outpace me a bit. Let's see, how many cards has he got left? 19, 17. Oh, okay, yeah, that becomes a thing. 2 golems. And +1/+1 to all creatures. Ah, yeah. Well, suddenly he can push through a sizable amount of damage. Okay, we hit the Defossilize. Just in case he gets another flyer, we could bring back the Spider. Yeah. Or maybe let's see what we get first with River Herald Guide. Yeah, let's put that onto the battlefield. Seems good. And Defossilize. I mean, that's pretty good. That's sort of, the Sentinel's more aggressive. But that's more defensive if he gets another flyer. Let's do the sensible choice. Get the Spider. Oh, keep that on top. Yeah, put that on battlefield. Decline, because you obviously want that flyer. This is unblockable. I'm going to go ahead and attack with it for 5. Because I've got 5 blockers, and he's got, what, 7 attackers? Oh, okay, he gets... Why do they always have Tendrils of the Micro Tyrant? I've never seen... swear I've never seen this card in 10 drafts. Absolutely absurd late game card. Oh yeah, that gets big, it turns out. How many creatures does he want to tap, though? Not that I'm going to push through 18 damage, mind you. Okay, do we want to make the Waterwind Scout bigger because he's got no flyers at the moment? That seems reasonable. Sure. And that's 3/4 unblockable. Let's go ahead and hit. End turn. So you're gonna remember he's got a Micro Tyrant? I think so. He's got 8 mana, so he's got 1 spare land for that. Does it get haste? Oh right, okay, it's 8/8 because of clay-fired bricks. Attack with everything, okay. Now, let's recap. This thing doesn't have trample, so I can chump block that. Probably with the 3/1. He's also got a 7/7, which is annoying. I think I want to take some favourable blocks here. Let's see. Take out that one. Take out that one. Can kill the Tendrils of the Micro Tyrant, right? We have a little bit of an issue. I think we want to take out the Gnome there and keep the Mineshaft Spider, and we have to lose the Waterwind Scout, unfortunately. But I think we get a few favourable... little issue. Glorifier of Suffering gets through, and we lose. So yeah, he has a bit too much. It's 9 damage that gets through. Okay, good game. As it turns out, I could not afford to attack with that unblockable creature. So that could have blocked the 3 damage. I'd have been on 1 life. Yeah. I didn't do the maths there. But it was not looking in my favour. I mean, getting the twists and turns flipped so he could dig through the deck for a creature every single turn, and getting the... Well, of course, then he can find his Tendrils of the Micro Tyrant. A little bit challenging. And getting the... Obviously, the early game with the best green-white 3-drop possible is... and getting 2 copies of it as well. Is a little bit much. Okay, 1-drop, 2-drop, 3-drop. Pretty good. We just want to hit some explore cards. Then doing well. But it looks like it might be one of those where you're on the draw, first 3 games, and he goes 0-3. And he's got a 2-drop. Yeah. Well, it is a lot of Nicanzils. He's going to be sick of seeing this card. Let's see how many Abrades he's got. So if you descended, you get a treasure. Yeah. Okay. I will attack with Nicanzil. Combat trick of some kind, I'm guessing. Staggering size. Nice. Okay, I will play Nicanzil number 2. I will actually pop the Puzzle-Door. A bit more action, really. Oh, it's an Explore card. Fantastic. Okay. Start with... Actually, let's go ahead and swing in with Nicanzil. Do damage. Cool. Cave-Diver. He's waiting for his... green mana, which is a very unfortunate situation. Right, I think I don't really need the Compass Gnome, but it is an extra body. I'm going to get rid of it actually, and attack with these. Okay, yeah. Unfortunate. No. He had the. I see he had the cycling card in hand. Yeah, I would not have had fun if I was on the receiving end though. He had the cycling card. Thought, yeah, I've got 3 mountains. Maybe I'll hit a forest, but yeah. He had. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, you cycle it. You make a treasure as well. That's the thing. So it's kind of reasonable. I'd have probably kept that hand myself. Okay, well, we've got expensive blue mana from the Captivating Cave. We've only got blue cards, so we've also got Island Cycling. It's not ideal, but I think we'll give it a shot. Why not? It's basically a 5-land hand if I use this for an island, which is not always the best idea. Okay, it's looking like the... We're going to play the Brinefang for an island. I don't think there's any sense in waiting around. Oh, and by the way, we're on the draw again, but it worked out for us the previous game. That sometimes that extra card means you you don't get mana screwed as often. Right, he's keeping those on top. You like those cards. Of course, we've got do have a reanimate spell, so there is method in this madness. We can always get that back later. We'll go for the Cave-Diver now. Okay, yeah, good old Tendril of the Micro Siren. Okay, yeah, I could River Herald Guide, swing for 3, but I could also do that, wait till next turn and get a Nicanzil trigger off that. And I can probably attack with this anyway, is what I'm thinking. See if I get punished. Okay, it gets bounced. And gets a map token. Alright. So, yeah, this is the thing that turns into basically a glorious anthem, I think they call it. That's exploring to try and become a 3/3, and then he can swing in. Yeah, makes sense. Oh, another blue mana source is big, so I can do Cave-Diver and Shipwreck Sentry. And I think they will attack again. Okay, let's River Herald Guide. Oh yeah, it might get counterspelled, you know. Yeah, hold into history. Wow, that's that nice counterspell I was talking about. And of course, he gets a Kutzil. The bane of my life so far in this run. Of course, it's when you ignore it in the draft and don't pick it, you get punished by it. That seems to be the rule. We don't get to explore, so that's not unblockable. Yeah, never mind. Classic hurl into history turn. I did not see the danger. How much is this again? 7 mana to flip that. That becomes, oh, a levitator that gives something flying. That's pretty good. You can send something through that has a token. Draw a card every turn. Or just attack like that. Okay. What's the more dangerous one? I'm not sure. Okay, Shipwreck Sentry will go try and trade with the Tendril and Micro Tyrant. Good luck there, and we will double block Kutzil and see what happens. Something bad's gonna happen. I get staggering size. Okay, it doesn't kill both. Okay, I'll take that. Tendril is out. He has a buried treasure. Okay. Okay, Bristleback. Yes, we have 7 mana. Let's do that. I might as well attack, I believe. Oh yeah, he has Restless Anchorage, so he can make a 2/3 flyer with that. He's got 3 colours in his deck. Just wondering, if I played 3 colours, would I play a green combat trick like Stacking Size? This gets 2... Well, you'll end up with 2/2/2 gnomes, because it's pumping everything up. Okay, we're going to play a land. I'm going to do some calculations. So that's now 8 mana that I've got. That's basically 5 mana, and that's 4 mana. Okay. Arguably, we want to keep this back. But I can go for my combat trick. Well, the Cave-Diver can hold off the gnomes, potentially. Okay. Right, yeah, I've lost one of those. Yeah, I feel like he's got a lot of options available. I can... Okay. I've got a plan. Just attack with a Bristleback. Just attack the Bristleback. Champions, okay. Okay with that. Fine. Cool. Yeah, flyer. Oh yeah, I cannot cast spells on his turn. That's the other little line of text on Kusil. Yeah, so... Yeah, I've got that. Okay, well, we're not actually going to draw any more creatures, that looks like. But he's going to draw an absolute ton of cards, unfortunately. I think I can do the plan now. 9 mana. I can Captivating Cave, let's say a Cave-Diver. The only thing is I get hit for 12 damage. So even if it's 2, 5, 6, 8 damage, I'm dead. But the good news is I am gonna bounce one of his creatures. Which we'll have to do during my turn. And the cunning thing is we'll unlucky drop his boosting thing. And we'll be able to kill Kusil. He just hits me with a flying thing, and that's only 3 damage. He's digging for treasure to get Lodestone Needle, and that's going to stun my big creature. That's fair enough. Okay, 2 stun tokens. Maybe he now wins the race. Then he does. Yeah, he gets 2 life from that as well, which is annoying. Fair enough. But we drew something. Puzzle-Door, definitely a card activate it immediately. Nicanzil or Zoetic Glyph. Fortunately, we do not have an artifact. We just sacrificed the artifact. So we'll take a Nicanzil. That's fine. Play the Nicanzil. Put a blocker on the ground, at least. Attack. So this makes a map token whenever you attack as well, which is quite nice. You get a couple of 2/2s now. That's 2/3. So I'm down to 5. So I'm gonna be dead next turn in the air, right? Because it's gonna be 5 damage in the air. Oh well. I think I may as well attack here. And Surveyor. And yeah, I'm dead, but never mind. So this run's been all about Kutzil. First time I've seen him. And we've seen him 3 times in 2 games. And once in the draft. Well, right, of course they didn't pick him. I have stayed away from green-white. Do not seem to... Yeah, I don't get offered Kutzil early enough, that's the trouble. I commit too early. Okay, that is 1 and 2. We have one more chance. Okay, Puzzle-Door into Nicanzil. Alright, and I get to go first for the first time this run, so who knows? So we can all, if we don't get that 3rd land drop, we can always Puzzle-Door to try and find it. Compass Gnome, on the other hand, guaranteed land drop. I think we go for that. Just trying to think, do we need double green for something? I will take... do I want double blue? I feel like I use more blue than green, so I'll put the island on top. He's gonna leave. The perfect answer to my Compass Gnome, the Basking Capybara. Right, it's the Waterwind Scout we go for. Might of the Ancestors. Oh, it's a terrifying capybara. 3 damage. I could obviously he wants me to trade off both my creatures, but I'm not taking that deal. Guess that is a good card, the Might of the Ancestors. I have not used it yet. Okay, we actually top deck a forest, so what we can actually do here is Scampering Surveyor. That's got 3 power. It can trade with a pumped up capybara. And I can find my swamp in case I need it later. And attack for 2. Oh, the Barra is reaching extraordinary size now. It's risky, but we'll double block it Osmium Blast. Oh no. We got blown out of the water. Okay, well, I've got an option here. Nicanzil and then map onto the Scout. Might be good. Or we could do the Mineshaft Spider. We might hold that back till we need to block a flyer. Yeah, let's totally ramp that into play. I think I'm going to Puzzle-Door now. Why did it not use the swamp? It should know I've only got... okay, that's another explore trigger. I think I want that. On balance. Yeah. And I'll swing for 2. Interesting. Goes there. He's offering a trade. Can I take 5 damage? Well, I'll tell you what. I'm going to try and block some damage and see if I run into a combat trick. I take 3. Okay. Could be worse. Right, we hit a land. That's good. So we can just play a Nurturing Bristleback and just clog up the ground completely. I will attack in the air. Oh, okay, he's doing some cheeky exploring here. That is going to be a 4/4. I'm feeling a combat trick. Which will be the +3/+3 combat trick. Wow, okay, we hit another big creature. We could play 2 smaller creatures first. Yeah, interesting. I think I will... If I attack with a 5/5, does he have a good block here? If he had a 2 and a 3 power thing, he'd be doing well. I could trade this for 2 of his smaller creatures, basically. Probably these 2. Not particularly good, but I think I'm going to do it. It's just a chomp block, okay. Take that, and I'll go for another huge creature, because, you know, once you've ramped out the mana, it seems to make sense. Okay, I will play River Herald Guide. Oh, that's great, actually. I will play a Mineshaft Spider and not mill. Attack for 2, attack with that, attack with that. Attack with River Herald. No, I can't do that. That's got obviously got Summoning Sickness. Yeah. I believe that was me going first. So I still had a rough start there. The Capybara had the edge for a little while, but he turned it around and did the deck did what it's supposed to do, ramped out some lands with Nicanzil and got big creatures. Oh my god, okay. Well, it's a 5 land hand, and I'm going second as well. I get a turn 3 Waterwind Scout, though. I mean, I can only think of times when I've kept this hand, and it's been absolutely disastrous. I can't think of any great games I've had. I'm going to keep it. Again, it must be a glutton for punishment. But it's that little explore there on Waterwind Scout. Oh god, I will draw. The next 5 cards will be land. That's it's just decided. You fool! Why did you not mulligan this hand? You were going to get 5 straight land draws. Does this thing have ward? No, and it's an artifact creature. I say we blow it up because this can just do me 4 damage every turn. For what? 2 mana. And I'm actually doing stuff on curve, which feels good. We draw a big creature, which we might play on turn 7. It's another land. Good news, we have exactly the mana we need to play the Bristleback on turn 7 on curve. Oh, that's not good. That was my only hope, has been shot out of the sky. We've drawn another land. It's a special land, but it's not special enough to make any difference. So yeah, that has been 3 more land we've drawn. Out of, is it 4 cards? Yeah, 3 more land out of the 4. I don't know why that it seems to happen more often than not. It's just because it's more memorable, I suppose. When you've already had 5 land in the opening hand. It's a tradition now. I have to have the classic land flood in my final game. Okay, here we go. We're doing something. We've got Nicanzil, and Nicanzil can explore the map token. Yeah, absolutely huge. Oh, we get Sentinel and Nameless City next draw, and yes, just don't shuffle Sentinel off the top, and we're fine. He's got 1 card left. He's like blown everything. Honestly, it's not that impressive. Unless he's got a last removal spell. He can just shoot me. That is a good point. He's got a good point there. I can chip away. He just conceded. Oh my god. He didn't realise I had 8 lands in 11 cards. That's amazing. Okay, we make it to 50-50. Best mulligan decision ever. Fantastic. Always keep a 5 land hand. That's the lesson from that game. Right, moving on swiftly. But yeah, of course, yeah, he can see the card that I explore. He saw I got a really good explore card on top. And he had enough. So pretty amazing top decking, I think. And the over the edge as well, taking out that artifact snail. That was good. Things just lined up nicely. Yeah, this is this hand. Not sure about this one. We've got 2 big creatures. I think we might take... I mean, 5 land worked so well in the last game. Let's put a land on top, because that's the job of the Compass Gnome. Let's put a... take action. Let's put the swamp on top. Yeah. Does he have another dinosaur? He does indeed. Oh dear, that's a very good follow-up. I can blow it up with Over the Edge though, which is good. Play the swamp because that's the one he knows I've got. And the Inverted Iceberg, which is going to be a big scary creature on turn 6. With a Herald Guide, cool. Did he not draw a land? Oh. Oh well. In that case, I guess I play a River Herald Guide. Let's attack with the gnome first. Oh, okay, flash 2 damage to take out the gnome. I respect that. I'll do a River Herald Guide. Why not? Draw a land off the top. That's good. Wow, Poet of Unity. Oh, this looks absolutely terrifying. So she gets you land number 4. Well, that's helpful. This just turns into a thing, doesn't it? Yeah. This is 5 mana, and you get a ridiculous thing. You need double red basically in 3. Okay. Otherwise, it's just a 2/3. Okay. You get 2/3/3 dinosaurs on step 1. I guess having 1 on each of the first 2 steps would be too slow. Yeah, I'm thinking. I think I want to play actually the forest first. Over the Edge. No, we're not going to play Over the Edge. We're going to play a Shipwreck Sentry. We do have an artifact in the graveyard. We're holding it over the edge, and we're going next, and no attacks. Oh, here we go. This you can pay 2 to do 3 damage to something. Fair enough. Not even playing its artifact dinosaur. Yep, that's pretty good. Not even going to attack. Interesting. Okay, right, my turn. We've got this thing to do. Lose a Compass Gnome. Got a big chunky creature. I could attack with a River Herald Guide. I need trade with probably this thing. I'm not going to attack. That gets abraded. Okay, yeah, sure. I'm very scared of Huatli. I would want to trade with Huatli, I think. Yeah, I'll trade with a 2-3. You got me. Okay, it is a lot of cheap creatures he's got. Let's go for the Bristleback, see if this can stabilize the game. Oh god, yeah, that's going to destroy me completely, because that's only the first thing it does. Okay, he can tap things for mana on step 2. He can get any dinosaur from his library to step 3. Dinosaurs get double strike and trample step 4. Okay. Well, I have Over the Edge, and that is an enchantment, is it not? Yes. That's still enchantments, so I'm killing that thing. I've got 6 mana, so we'll play a Waterwind Scout, and I'll go ahead and explore with the Scout. Scampering Surveyor. Well, it thins the deck. It's another body. I think that's a fine card. Keep the big boys on the ground to defend. Okay, Cavern Stomper is pretty scary. Brinefang. Yep. Brinefang. And attack 3. Assuming something randomly doesn't have reach. Gonna have to do that reach check every time. Okay, this is more card advantage. Get a land and a card, basically. Seismic Monstrosaur, okay, I've got more monstrosities arriving. Sunshot Militia to just ping me to death. This thing doesn't actually have trample, because the idol can add 2 power, which could be scary. Let's do that. Get ourselves a lovely land. Oh yeah, let's get that land. That could be helpful. And swing for 3. That's the one with trample. And you can sacrifice lands to draw cards. he just needs to keep his 7/7 untapped, and there's not much I can do. Okay, I think Captivating Cave, onto the flyer. Hope he doesn't have an abraded response. Okay, sure, Triumphant Chomp, why not have your dinosaur damage card. I suppose that's what red-green really needs, the red, something that damage that scales with the power of the creatures. I suppose green has all the punch cards and fight cards as well. So that's going to have to be double blocked, but I'm going to double block it anyway. Right, 5/5 and a 3/2, I guess. Can do that job. Don't think I'm missing anything. Oh, yeah, I did miss something. It's 7 power. It trades with both of them. I should have blocked with a 3/3. Never mind. Sacrifice a land, draw a card. There are only 6 creatures behind now. Okay, Nicanzil, save the day maybe. So, he's playing combat tricks. I've actually, I think, I only got 5 land left in the deck, which is something. Okay. Do we smell a combat trick here by any chance? Yeah, I think so. We'll block like that. Or maybe, yeah, let's block like that. On that side. That's that card I got. Okay, let's have another land. Let's have one of the 5 last lands in the deck. That's gonna help. Okay. See if we might be dead this turn. This thing's got Menace. He's got 2 things he can mob creatures up with. But I don't think he's converted that yet. Okay. Okay then, let's go up to 3/3. I think I'm pretty dead. I'll double block this thing. So basically, yeah, he got Triumphant Chomp at the right time. I think it was a top deck. Well, I can't be certain of that. I think it was to take out my 5/5 flyer. So I had a 3-turn clock on him, but he got what he needed to kill that. Usually a 5 toughness creature is tough for a green-red deck to deal with, but yeah, he had something which basically a punch card that scales with the damage of his creatures. And he had some big creatures. So, yeah. That did okay. Yeah, it's gone 50-50. I don't regret going for black and then dropping the black. I think the Defossilize was a good concept with the land cycling creatures. It's kind of a fun idea. And I think if you get Sentinel of the Nameless and you find Nicanzil as well, that kind of says blue-green explore. So, and yeah, we just ended up with a few artifacts. I sort of fancied trying Zoetic Glyph. Maybe a bit of a random choice, but it's the first time I saw it actually. And then the Puzzle-Doors made sense to go for Shipwreck Sentry, Compass Gnome, things like that. And with the two Scampering Surveyors, first time I've had these as well. Yeah, just a fairly straightforward blue-green ramp deck. Let's claim 300 gems. Okay, yeah. So that's the 10th one done. I won't have time to do another one. But I think I want to do more Lost Caverns of Ixalan, so watch this space when it comes back. It might be 3 months or something ridiculous before it comes back, but we'll see. So yeah, that's the video. Thanks for watching.